Right now, the moment with us, our music critic Revati. That's right. And Revati, the early cut of "Everybody's Fine." I'm coming home. That, of course, is from the movie "Everybody's Fine." You know what? The producer of the movie put Aretha Franklin's cover version of "Let It Be" in that movie, and Paul McCartney saw it. And in fact, just after seeing that movie, he saw Robert De Niro's role in that movie, and he decided to write a song for it. He said that he could just relate to what De Niro was going through at that time. But that's really and truly amazing. But all right, your comment on Paul's third wedding. He was seen, I believe, at a jeweler's in London, trying to buy some jewelry. Now, that's what set all tongues wagging about the fact that a wedding is around the corner, even though the jeweler has refused to reveal what he actually bought. But they did say that what he bought was very, very expensive. In your opinion, third wedding for Paul McCartney?
I think he should stop getting remarried too many times because it's, hurting his kids a lot. And, how many times is he going to get married in a day? First he was in a relationship when he was with the Beatles by a girl called Dot Roan. Then after that he was in a relationship with someone else and so on and so
right.
on. What is in all eight for? What is it going to lead to at the end of the day? I just hope that this is his last and final commitment.
Last and final marriage. That's essentially what you're really saying, isn't it? As far as Paul McCartney is concerned, of course, Paul McCartney was married to Linda McCartney for a long, long time, and they say that he was the happiest with her at the time that both of them were together. So,
but very unfortunately, she died, Linda McCartney.
Right, absolutely, and but if you look at his relationship, he was, as you said, Dot Roan. That was the first relationship that he had. Then with Jane Asher,
that was the time when he was with the Beatles.
That's right, and Jane Asher, and he was living with her, and then they got married. Then he got married to Linda McCartney. But wasn't there somebody else in the middle?
He was the one who suggested Linda Eastman's father to become the chairperson of Apple's company that was started by all the four Beatles.
Right.
Which Lennon disagreed because he wanted Alan Klein, because Alan Klein was suggested by Mick Jagger from the Rolling Stones.
That's right.
To head the company, since all the four Beatles were inexperienced, they knew nothing about business or anything of the sort.
Right, but wasn't there another woman in Paul McCartney's life, somebody called Francie Schwartz? Jane Asher discovered that he was having an affair with Francie Schwartz at just about the time when Paul McCartney had promised Jane Asher that he was going to marry her, and that's why she broke up. And then along came Linda Eastman, as they say, breath of fresh air in Paul McCartney's life. And that was the only, really and truly, the only stable relationship that he had for such a long, long time. And then, of course, Heather Mills, and now the new one, Nancy, what's her name? Shivel, that's right. Isn't that
Nancy
right?
Shivel, yes.
Nancy Shivel. All right. So in effect, what is really going on over here is that the oldies really don't go away, right? You still have Paul McCartney performing, you have Ringo Starr, you have Mick Jagger still performing, you have the old guys, both Gilmore and the rest from Deep Purple, they're still performing. Even Led Zepp, they sometimes get together and still perform. And we saw you, and we saw you at the MMK Festival performing the most amazing version of "Break On Through to the Other Side." What was that all about? Tell us, Revati, what is that? Why did you choose that song? I know Reba asked you that question when he interviewed you, but do tell us, why did you choose "Break On Through to the Other Side"? Why Jim Morrison? Go ahead.
Actually, because you want to entertain the audience.
Right.
You want to keep them awake. You want to keep them lively.
Right.
And they certainly like rock songs. They even like, songs that keep them up to the beat.
That's right.
That make them want to, come on the dance floor and, do whatever is it that they want. So that's why I chose this song. And I don't see most people, reviving the Doors. They are just only focusing on, remixes, club music, and
right.
Bollywood music that really doesn't keep people happy. And they just
But that's a very courageous thing to do. That really and truly is a very, very courageous thing to do, because as far as the Doors are concerned, Doors are hellishly difficult to perform. Not too many people can dare to perform a Doors song, except of course maybe LA Woman. maybe. But as for the rest of the stuff is concerned, especially, you know, Roadhouse Blues or Break On Through to the Other Side, and the Snake, that's really, the, you know, that King Snake, and stuff like that, that's really and truly difficult to perform. So wasn't that a very difficult song to perform, Revati?
Not really, because I've been hearing Break On Through the Other Side for some time. And I really like the way Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger, they, you know, did all the arrangements and stuff like that. The music is amazing.
Right.
And that's the main reason why I really like the song, actually, because of the way it was arranged. And even Jim Morrison is also not a bad sort where his vocals are concerned, actually, you know. So.
Right, thank you so much, Revati. Thank you very much. I tell you what, let's look at Revati's performance and Revati's rendition of Break On Through to the Other Side. And of course, as Revati says, Nancy Shivel, Paul McCartney, about to get married. Nancy Shivel likely to be the third Mrs. McCartney. Now, of course, he's Sir Paul McCartney, so she'll be Lady McCartney, I suppose. Right, Revati, thank you very much. And we will have you back on again to give us something more on Paul McCartney and his continuing romance with Nancy Shivel. Thank you so much once again, Revati. That was our music critic, Revati, telling us all about the marriage of Paul McCartney, impending marriage of Paul McCartney with Nancy Shivel.